we're going to be doing a Sigma brush haul today. If you're interested in that, sit tight and we'll get into it right now. Okay guys, before we start this haul, I just want to address a few things. I have not been on this channel for a very long time. I apologize for that, but there are a lot of things that kept me away from YouTube. Thank you so much for staying subscribed. I ended up going to the Mall of America for my birthday in Minnesota, and I realized that they had a brick and mortar Sigma store, and I was so excited. I had no idea that they had a real store. I always thought that it was just something that you could order online. When I spoke to the sales representative in the store, she did tell me that this was the only brick and mortar store that exists currently, and I was so excited. I have not replaced my brushes in a very, very long time, so I thought it was time to do some upgrading. Currently, prior to this haul, I was using some MAC brushes. I was using Real Technique and a few Sigma brushes. The few Sigma brushes that I've had for a couple of years, and I absolutely love them. They look brand new and I wash them all the time. So I was really confident in knowing that I could purchase more Sigma brushes and that I would be okay with it. I'm going to be phasing out my MAC makeup brushes. First of all, they are way too expensive. And second of all, the quality is just not there for me. Now, I know that might upset some people that love MAC brushes. Makeup brushes are a very personal thing, so everybody is going to have a different opinion on them. It's kind of like a toothbrush or a hairbrush. It's very personal. So what my opinion is may be different just for somebody else's, but for me, currently, MAC is not cutting it for me. The few brushes that I have bought have literally fallen apart on me. The bristles have come out. I have been caught out in public with bristles on my face. Yes, I know, how embarrassing. So I've just decided that I no longer want them in my collection. As far as the Real Techniques, I do love those. I'm going to be keeping those in my collection, but just using them for specific things. But for now, I wanted to really get my hands on some new Sigma brushes. So I decided I was going to go in the store and do some serious damage. So let's get into this and I'll show you everything that I bought. The first item that I purchased is the F30 large powder brush. Now, this is the packaging that you get when you purchase these in the store. It's kind of bulky and I'm not really a fan of it, but I just wanted to show you this one box. As I pull the other brushes out of the bag, I will unbox them prior, so this way we don't have to open up all those boxes. This is what the box looks like close up. You have the name of the brush here and the official Sigma logo, so you know it's a real brush. And here on the side, I think this is really interesting. You have function, unique feature, and recommended use for each brush. When I open the ones that I have in the bag, I will read that section for each of the brushes so that you know. So let's open this up and take a closer look. Okay, we're starting off with the Sigma large powder brush in the F30. This brush is gorgeous. I absolutely love it. The bristles are so nice and this is so soft. It is gorgeous. So that's our first brush. And according to the box, the function is for even powder application. The unique feature is large and soft rounded brush. And the recommended use is uniform blending of powder products onto the face and body. I plan on using this for my setting powder to set my foundation. It's really, really gorgeous, and I cannot explain to you how soft this brush is. I mean, this thing is just amazing. I'm so glad that I pick this up. So that is our first brush. Let's move on to the next. Our next brush we're going to be looking at is the F82 round Kabuki. According to this package, it says the function is buffed powder foundation application. The unique feature is dense and rounded head, and the recommended use is to blend mineral products onto the skin. And that is exactly what I got it for. I love how dense this brush is. You can see the difference from the powder brush, which is really soft and loose, versus this brush here that is really stiff, and that's really great. That's the type of brush that you want to use when you're using powder foundations. So that's what I'm going to be using this for. Okay, let's move on to the next brush. The next brush we're going to be looking at is the F23 Soft Angle Contour Brush. According to the box, the function is for contouring cheeks. The unique feature is the soft angle head made with the Sigma Tech fibers. And the recommended use is to use with powder products such as bronzer to gently contour the cheeks or jawline. I'm really excited about this one because I had a really horrible contour brush before, and this one feels amazing. It kind of reminds me of the bristles on the powder brush, but I love this one because I love that angle. It's going to be really good to get into the cheek line and the jawline to do some awesome and amazing contouring with. The next brush we're going to look at is the F10 Powder Blush. Just to show you real quickly, when you open up the top of these boxes, I love this little tab here that says pull here, and you pull it out and it's got some plastic around it. You just pull that plastic off and the brush is out and ready to use. According to the box, this one says the function is precise placement of blush. The unique feature is very soft and slightly beveled, and for use with a powder application. This is a gorgeous blush brush. I am very excited about this. My current blush brush that I have, I feel is too big, and it's kind of impeding on my contour and my highlighting, and I wanted something a little smaller to have a little bit more precise application of blush. So here is the brush. It's actually really pretty. It's very soft and it has the same feel as the large powder brush. It's just much smaller. And if you want to see the comparison side by side, that is the difference as far as the size. The next brush we're going to look at is the F03. It's the High Cheekbone Highlighter. The function of this brush is to highlight the cheekbones and the high planes of the face. The unique feature is that it's fluffy but firm, and it has the beveled Sigmax fibers, and it is recommended to be used with blending cream or powder highlighting products onto the face. Currently, I'm using a much different highlighting brush. I'm really curious to see how this one is going to work. It's got a really long handle, and I like that. And I've seen a lot of people use this style for highlighting. Currently, I'm using a fan brush, and I'm not really a fan of it. No pun intended, really. I didn't mean that. That was so cheesy. But anyway, that is that brush. Let's move on to the next. The next brush we're going to be looking at is the 4D HD Kabuki, and I'm really excited about this one. This is a new brush to Sigma, so let's open this up and check it out. I have to say this brush is very unique looking. It says here that the function is for detailed concealer blending. Its unique feature is that it's pointed and it's four-sided kabuki, and it's recommended to be used with to diffuse concealer under the eye on spots, crevices, and scars. This thing is really interesting looking, guys. I love the feel of it. It's really soft. I thought it was going to be a lot harder. I love the fact that it's pointed. I think for me, I'm going to use this under the eye for placing my concealer. And what I like about it is it's four-sided. So you can kind of place your concealer and then maybe use another side for under eye setting. That would be awesome for under eye setting powder. So I'm going to try it for a few different things. I think it would be great for getting around like the nose area and the little places around your eyes because it's pointed. I really like that. So I'm excited about trying this. So that's really neat. The next brush is the F35 Tapered Highlight. Okay, the box says function is for subtle highlighting. The unique feature is that it's small and tapered with a precise tip, and the recommended use is for applying highlighting shades onto the upper contours of the face. Diffuse finish gives skin a natural glow. This brush is really soft, and the reason why I got it is because I wasn't sure that I would be totally in love with this brush for putting under eye setting powder on, so I purchased this one in case that other one does not work out, and I love the way that one feels. Next up is we're going to now eye brushes, we have an E25 blending. I think if you're going to buy any brush for your collection, this would be the brush that you absolutely have to have. It says here the function is for controlled blending. The unique feature is wide and slightly flat, firmer bristle blender, and its recommended use is to blend colors together onto the lid with added control. Buff out harsh lines for a well-blended effect. What's nice about them is that they're firm, but they're soft at the same time. This brush is really, really nice, and I think it's a must for everybody that uses brushes. Our next brush is the F70 Concealer Brush. Okay, the next brush we have says here the function is to conceal small areas. The unique feature is that it's small and slightly tapered, and it is a flat. As you can see when I turn it to the side, it's pretty flat. And it says here it's to conceal the hardest to reach areas, such as around the nose and eyes, and that's exactly what I'm going to be using it for. I just think it's just the perfect size. It's not too small and it's not too big. And it's a really, really, really pretty brush. The next brush we're going to look at is the E75 Angled Brow. This brush is super, super, super tiny. Oh my, that thing is tiny. Okay, this one is for to define your brows, and the unique feature is that it's angled and it has a firm edge, and it is to apply powder and gel products to the brows using a sketching motion to achieve a hair-like effect. Now, oh my, it's super cute, and my camera is like, where is it? It's so small I can't find it. There it is. So I really like this. I am currently struggling with shaping my eyebrows. It is not a fun or easy task. And the one that I have right now is just a little too large. So I went down a size, and I'm hoping that this will make all the difference in the brow shaping world. I mentioned earlier in the video that I already have some Sigma brushes on hand. So I'm going to show you the ones that I currently have in my collection. The first one I have is the Inner Corner E46. I love this brush, and it makes doing the inner corner very easy. It's super, super tiny, but I love how pointy and firm it is, and it's just absolute perfection for doing the inner corner. Okay, the next one I have is the E05, which is the eyeliner, and I love this. Self-explanatory, it's for eyeliner. It's very pointy and very firm, and you get a really, really nice line with this, so I do love this brush. The next brush I already had in my collection was this, the E70. It is the medium angled shading. I love this brush. I could not live without it. I'm sorry, it is a little dirty. I used it yesterday, so I love this brush. I'm probably going to purchase another one of these just because I've had this one for a long time. It's getting a little super, super fluffy, and I wouldn't mind replacing it. It's about 3 years old, so I'll just probably pass this on to one of the younger people in my family that will enjoy using that. Next up is the E47 Shader Crease Brush. I'm going to be honest, I really don't use this one that much. I think I'm going to start using it for my outer V. I think it would be really good for that. So I'm going to try to pull this one out more in the future. Another brush that I think is a total must-have for your collection is the E21 Smudge Brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. I love it. It is very tiny and very firm, but it does such a great job at smudging out the bottom of your lower lid. It is just beautiful. I can't live without this brush. I might have to buy a backup of this one as well. Okay, so those were all the brushes that I purchased. Something that was really cool is I got this brush cup, which was a free gift. It's really, really awesome. I mean, it's really good quality, and considering that I got it for free, I was pretty happy about that. I love all the etching of the letters in here, and basically it just says Sigma Beauty over and over again. You have the Sigma logo down at the bottom. I actually love this cup. I believe it's meant for travel, but I'm going to actually use it for my desktop. I love the stitching that's on this. I also love the snaps that are on the side. It makes it so convenient, so you can snap it up so when you're storing it in your luggage, it doesn't open. But I think I'm actually going to use this on my desktop because I can split it into two pieces, and I can put my eye brushes in one and I can put my face brushes in another. So I'm going to do that really quick. They all fit in there really nicely. I think that's super cute. The next thing that I ended up purchasing is the Sigma Dry and Shape Tower. This is the one that holds 44 brushes. It has a top layer that holds your eye brushes and a bottom layer that holds your face brushes. And this is supposed to help assist you when you wash your brushes. So I'm gonna open it up and we're gonna take a closer look at it. It comes with a booklet that gives you the instructions on how to set it up. This is what it's going to look like once it's fully assembled. It's really simple. It only came with these two pieces, two extension pieces, and the smaller top piece. Let me put it together very quickly. Okay, that's it. And it was really, really simple to put together. This is what it's going to look like when you have all your brushes piled into it. And basically what it's supposed to do is once you have your brushes and you wash them, you're supposed to be able to snap them in here so that they dry properly. When you wash a brush, you want to have it pointing down so that no water gets up into the bevel of the brush, so this way it doesn't warp the wood and it doesn't separate from the wood handle. And this is a close-up of the brush inside the unit. Very, very cool. Now, as you can see on the top layer, there are no bands that hold the eye brushes. The eye brushes will not have any bands. They will just be in here and dry in that position. Now for the lower section, they have these bands. I'm kind of a little skeptical about these, but we're gonna see. These bands are supposed to help shape the brush. Now, I think if I am correct, you're supposed to put them up from the bottom like this, and then you want the brush head to be within that band. So if you can see, I'm pulling up the brush and I'm making sure that that brush is in the band, and it's going to help keep the bristles shaped while it's drying. Now, for me, I had an issue with this because I said to myself, well, that's kind of gross. There is a material band that's holding your bristles while the brush is wet. Isn't that gonna be moldy and cause bacteria? She went into a huge explanation on how this is a special material that will not mildew. I'm going to read to you the back of the card. Here it says, the Sigma Dry and Shape Tower was specifically designed to completely dry and shape your most dense face and eye brushes faster than ever before while holding many brushes at once. It provides the necessary pressure to bristles to reshape them upside down while quickly and efficiently removing water from every bristle. It features an exclusive and patent-pending Sigma snap to securely hold each brush handle in place and easily comes apart to be stored in a compact space. That I have to say, it is very compact because everything pulls apart very easily, but I figured even if I didn't wash and dry my brushes in here, which I am going to do because I definitely want to see how it works, it's a great place for storage. I mean, it's gonna store all my brushes really, really well. I mean, I figure if I want to keep them off my desk, and just so that you know too, because I'm figuring that out as I go along, the top here has different size compartments. So depending on how thin or thick your brush is, you just kind of want to move around the tower and find where it snugly fits the best, that it won't slide down, because you don't want your brush touching once it's back into the tower. You don't want it touching the lower base. You don't want it touching where the bristles are going to touch this white base. You want it to be a little separated. So there it is. It's holding the brushes very, very nicely. I love the color of it. It's so cute too. Of course I got it because it was pink, but I'm really curious how this works. I'm going to do a review on this after I use it. I might even bring it to the sink and you guys can watch me use it. I might do that in the next video. And this was a free product that they gave me along with it. It's the Sigma Magic Brush Shampoo. I've never used this before. Oh, look at that packaging. Not to be distracted, but ooh, bright, sparkly, holographic writing. That's too cute. Well, I don't usually use brush cleaner. I'm going to be honest. I use Dawn dish detergent, and it does a really good job at cleaning my brushes, but I figured it was a free product. I wasn't going to say no to it. Oh, wow, that bottle is beautiful. I think I like the bottle just to sit out on my table. It's cute. It's very interesting, I have to say. If you guys have this and you love it, definitely let me know below. If you guys have it and you hate it, I want to know too. If you ever get a chance to go to the Mall in America, I highly recommend that you go into the store. The sales associates were so nice. I think the girl that helped me was Annie. She was such a sweetheart. She explained everything to me. She was really, really helpful, and definitely go and visit them, guys, because the store was amazing. I mean, I literally felt like I was in heaven. It was awesome. It was an awesome experience. That's all I can say. So if there's anything else you guys want to see, leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.